I said to my friends that I would transmute that energy, and I have. I give thanks to the ocean, Indian Ocean, for helping me drop the weight and the hyper energy of what's coming through. It is really interesting though, because I know it's not me, and obviously locals, everyone is a channel in their own way to Mother Earth, especially if you've not been programmed by the West and you have a connection to this sacred land. And you know, I'm learning about the tribes here in the Giriyama and the Lua, and went down to the water yesterday and cleansed. And it depends, sometimes I get time to be on my own, and other times I get the opportunity to interact with some of the youth here, and which is quite a blessing really, because they've all got such a different perspective on life and faith and love, and some of them are so funny. Just taking the mickey in the water, which is literally what I need. But yesterday when I went down, it was hyper. Everybody was on a hype thing, and it's really funny because I go down there and I play about like a little child, a little mermaid, and I sing in the water, especially if I'm on my own. I'm doing all this stuff, and then I meet some other people that like namesake, which I'm not really going to go into because people don't need details, but and I see her, she's doing exactly the same as me. It was like the imprint of the water had transferred to this other woman, and we were just like a mirror version of each other. But I think what helps transmute is obviously love, and me being on my own in the physical world at the minute and travelling. You know, we do miss intimacy. There's different forms of intimacy. And obviously I'm abstinent, so it's, you know, over a year and a half that I've not been intimate with, sexually intimate with a divine counterpart. But to share intimacy is a very powerful healing tool. And when there's a lot of energy coming through that we don't really know how to identify, intimacy can support that, and fun. And so there was a variety of emotional support and natural elements like the water yesterday that really helped me. I think, you know, I only expect to go down there for about half hour, an hour. I think I was down there for 2 or 3 hours, and just amazing group of youths. Just they go down weekly and laugh and play. Some know each other, some from different tribes, and I'm learning about the kaya and the sacred spaces here and the elders, and certain things that should I be called to look into, I will, and meeting powerful souls down here. And yeah, their kids really helped me, kids, young adults, young lion hearts, definitely some feisty characters, really helped me transmute the energy. And so that was a new one. It's kind of like a message like, you don't have to keep doing this all by yourself, which I know we know anyway. It's just we get on the spiritual remembrance. I keep saying awakening, but I always need to kind of reprogram and say remembrance, because I know that I've learned, know this information from other realms, other lifetimes, especially as I had an activation when someone told me recently that they visited a ceremony with there was a tomb on it, and as soon as I googled the name of the tomb, I got a flashback to a life that I've potentially lived, a life that I believe I've lived. But going back to the water and intimacy, it's one with the elements, because there's a level of intimacy when you're being embraced by the water and you can immerse, and there's that feeling of weightlessness. And this is a shout out to one of the tracks that actually got me first into meditative practices, because I felt I needed the support of music, which is, I think it's called Marconi Union, Weightless, which is a really powerful track. It's like 8 minutes or something. And the kids, with, you know, the girls, there was some young women that I was hanging around with, and they were like, oh, your hair, and, you know, they were trying to, like, they said, have you ever had your hair braided, which is not really my thing, because I just leave my hair natural, but they were like playing with my hair, and we were all chatting, and that level of intimacy, and like the young men were like asking me things, and and there was another group of men another time. We talked about Marvel and various stuff, and you know, it's I'm the like one of the only Mzungu in the water at that time of day, and I don't know, I feel honoured and blessed that one, I'm approachable, and two, we all had a laugh, and that energy was the hyper energy was swallowed by the sea, and we just then radiated like fun, jokey, playful child stuff, which is such a powerful energy. And I do assume the role and responsibility, even though, you know, swear or do whatever, as just things come out of me and I'm not controlling myself. That's as an authentic being, and just be who I be. I'm a lover, I've got love in my heart. I might not act the way that other people desire, but number 6 on the clock, it's love, you know, 6 cups, which keeps coming up in a minute anyway. I don't do tarot, but just, you know, connect with other readers. And love is the key, inner child healing's the key, play is the key, the elements the key. So yeah, that was I think probably within less than 24 hours, transmutation of some very weird hyper energy. And I give thanks to the ancestors of this land, because I know that when I go to the water, if I'm given time by myself, that's what I need. When I have certain thoughts going through my head or whatever on the walk down there, and I turn up and there's this like gift of interaction and learning from the youth here, I know that's been sent as a gift. It was a gift yesterday. We got to laugh. Like, laughter is such healing medicine. And yeah, just see the young people here really like focused and doing what they need to do to live life. Because if we ain't living life, we might as well be dead, as I always say. And I'm very grateful to be alive and to take breath here, and to be among the trees and the people and learn, everyday learning. Because we were in the water as well, you know, like level of gratitude and appreciation for the strength of some of these souls, like in the West. And I've come from the West. I know that there's privilege there, and I speak, I believe, in a balanced way, because I have no regrets, and I'm grateful for the life that I've lived, and I'll always share and support how I can, because I've been able to. And travelling has been a gift to me. I've learnt so much from the people on the lands that I've touched. And 818, I don't want to get emotional, this is really weird. Again, it's probably just a level of transmuting still, because tears come as a release, you know, to release certain energy from the vessel. But yeah, like in the West, you know, and I remember some people you see, you know, oh God, I haven't had sushi in a week, and and like privilege to the point beyond comprehension. And here I'm, and like they get pissed off about it and get emotional about like, oh, they didn't have this, and and like we've all been there in the West. And then I come in and I'm in the water and we're chatting, and they're like, I said, but you have eaten today, right? They were like, no, we've got no money for food. And like, we're in the water happy as Larry, like they're clearly fasting, because some intentional, there's Muslim people here as well. There's fasting, which is amazing because there's dates in the shops, and I love a date. But I can't remember what date is in Swahili. But anyway, and so in the water, they're like, it's just not a thing. They've not eaten. Not all of them. And so for me, the reflection is just like, I feel like a greedy pig having, like, you know, my fruit and my sweet potato, and cooking up my boiled plantain and bits and bobs, and having my mchicha. Daily meals, do you know what I mean? Like we've got so trapped in the program, the matrix of the West, of needing food 3 times a day, when like they're living on solar energy. Like, this is about breatharians, and so like they're living on another form of energy consumption, which is really powerful to witness. I was a little bit shocked like that, and probably that's what I'm connecting to now, is just like they're laughing, joking, with being active, and like they haven't eaten. So anyway, I'm gonna do some movements, but yeah, there's some more things for me to learn here from the people and the good souls who are on their journey of life, studying, some working locally, some figuring things out, trying to find the path. A young pastor talking to me about religion and what the Bible had done to this land and the people, and how do we change, and who do I believe in, and the codes are in the water. Like, how can we have this conversation just in the water? The codes are in the water, I believe. Anyway, so friends, if you are watching, the energy is transmuted. I will be meditating and getting back to a calm space for me to travel around the land. And yeah, please send your shout out, prayers and blessings to people who deserve more support.